Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the first Lay Reddit of the year on Mildly Infuriating, where we begin with number 19. School uses AI for school photos. They fed our faces to AI for our graduation page in the school yearbook that none of us consented to, instead of using our actual school photos. So I'm confused. Did you take school photos and then they didn't use those? Or did they just not do school photos because it costs less money? And then they did that. And also, if they didn't do school photos, where did they get the photos from that they used as a reference for the AI tool? Like, did they just go on everybody's Instagram and then feed it a bunch of photos, which would also be really weird? Just, in general, seems very, also, I like how it says cringe. It's apparently a very appropriate yearbook quote inadvertently. So... the actual photos later in the yearbook? Oh, is that said in the comments or something like that? Anyway, I don't understand why you would do this. Like, if you actually took school photos, why bother? This is just extra work, and you know people are going to be annoyed about it. So, like, why expose yourself to that backlash? It just seems completely unnecessary. I live 3 miles away from my work. It takes me 45 minutes to get home from work every day. I'm trying to see if they live in LA. This doesn't really look like LA. They blurred the license plate, but based on our information here from GeoGuessring, it looks like your camera has a little bit of astigmatism going on. Although it's probably just wet and rainy through the windshield. And so here's the thing. I feel like the solution to you live 3 miles away from work and it takes you 45 minutes to get there is either walk or bike. Like, I think if you can't walk 45 or 3 miles in 45 minutes, you should be able to. And therefore, this is a great way for you to get to the point where you can walk 3 miles in 45 minutes. If the roads are like too unsafe for biking or something like that. If there is an ability to bike, then just bike it. I mean, I just feel like this is a solvable problem. There are instances where people live 30 miles away from their work and they have to go like an hour and a half, and that's a little bit harder to walk or bike because it's highways and things like that. But I just, I see it's to get home. It's one way, but still, you can get exercise. It'll be quicker potentially, and it just, yeah, I guess if it's really cold, there are some instances, but even so, it feels like this could be solved. This is not safe for walking or biking. Okay, there's a sidewalk right here, man. There's a sidewalk. This sidewalk, I'm assuming, follows this entire... That's at least, like, probably a mile of the whole thing is right there. Anyway, I don't know, man. This is how my 19-year-old son tops up the toilet paper reserve. I don't know, this doesn't look mildly infuriating to me. This is the dream. This way you don't have to worry about, there's only 3 there, and I go poo 3 times a day, so therefore I'm going to go through a roll, like, every 4 days, maybe less than a 2-person household, and then I'm going to have to go into the cupboard again, and then it's just going to, like, what if I forgot to restock this thing, and then I ran out, and then I don't have the means of wiping the butt, and then you have to get up before you've done the wipage, and then it kind of smears, and then it's going to be way worse for the wipage, and then it's just like, God dang it, dude. So this way... you're always going to be stocked. 3 times a day, question mark? Heck yeah, dude. We've got efficient pooage going on, I can't believe that you are unfamiliar with my game here. At least I know it's organic. I guess so. I hope the stinger didn't dislodge somewhere in there. It looks like you noticed before you actually bought the thing, so that's good. I would be terrified because I think I have at least a slight allergy to bees. It's not anaphylactic, but every time that I have been stung by a bee, it is the itchiest thing on the planet, and it swells up at the site of the sting, and it's just unbearable for like 5 days. And so I worry if the stinger happened in my throat, then it might be problematic. But it's just so unpleasant. And then there are other people who, like, they'll just deal with a hive. and like getting out of a house or something. They won't even be wearing a bee suit, and they're like, yeah, I'm getting stung, and it's no problem to them. So clearly my reaction is worse than many people's, because if I had that happening at numerous sites across my body, I would be done. It'd be just over for me, man. I made these for my son, and he refused to even try them. I mean, this could just be like a photo of food, and then with a sad caption attached to it. Every time I see a photo like this in a, I don't know, mildly infuriating subreddit or something, I'm like, is this just a photo of somebody's food? And they were like, I can get some karma for this one. I have a way to profit off of my image of food. I don't know, what is it, like like tater tots? Cheese balls? I'm sorry if your kid won't eat them. This looks like great food for a picky kid, but maybe they see the seasoning on it and they're like, ew, seasoning, it looks too fancy, I don't want to eat it. But also, like, I don't know. Is it really for them? Do you have a kid? Are they really refusing to eat it? Maybe they don't even like not want it. They just want to be annoying to you or something. So, yeah, look, you can eat it. I'd be stoked. Like, okay, more for me, kiddo. Random guy demanded to see my military ID at Lowe's. Veteran parking only. Thank you for your service. Why does this look like a stock image? I get it's not super high resolution, but it's got the bokeh. It really makes this look just like, if I reverse image search this, it would actually just show up with some sort of Getty image stock photo. But if it is a real photo, it could be one of those, I know there are YouTube channels that are like Stolen Valor. You got like First Amendment auditors, Stolen Valor auditors, and stuff like that. And, you know, I'm sure that those channels have to go through a bunch of whiffs in order to get to a piece of content that actually works for their channel. So like, for whatever you see on their channel that, at least with the First Amendment auditors, is still oftentimes like very cringe. They've got to have gone through a bunch of like whiffs of like, oh, okay, you're actually legit. Oh, okay. No, it's all above board here. Because they're trying to find one there where it's actually like Stolen Valor that then they can post, and or like some First Amendment violation or something that then they can post and be like, look at what's happening. So anyway, that's probably what was going on there. They were trying to get some content, and you were like, not wanting to engage. Ordered $110 Banana Republic jeans. Received Amazon Essentials jeans with Banana Republic tags. How does that work? Because wouldn't Amazon Essentials that would be like shipped and sold from Amazon. So I'm really curious if you bought from a third-party Amazon seller, right, that's just fulfilled by Amazon, and they just buy the Amazon Essentials. Like, they just go on Amazon themselves. They're like, all right, jeans, and the first thing that pops up is Amazon. And they're like, all right, the Amazon Essentials jeans, pretty cheap. If we just put a fake tag on these, we can mark them up and then sell them as something else. And then, I don't know. Probably a fake return. Probably some oh, I see. Okay, could have been that someone returned a different. Oh man. See, sometimes there are like scams that I never would have even thought of before someone then brings. So somebody orders jeans, and then they say, no, I don't like this. They do a bait and switch, so they keep the original high price thing, and then they've also simultaneously ordered a low price jean from Amazon that they then return, so they get the high price jean for the price of the Amazon Essentials. And then this new pair of pants just gets restocked into the system, like automated, probably no one checking the tag on it to make sure it's legit, and then it gets shipped to the next person. Damn, dude. So someone else's scam can get back to you. That's crazy. I didn't even think about this. And then everybody in chat's like, oh, you never heard of this before? You never heard of these scams? Like, God dang it, bro. Oh man. It's my fault. It's my fault. My daughter's phone is always dead. I'm not sure what you mean by this. Are you saying that you have bought her every possible charging accessory that she could possibly have, and yet her phone is always dead, and somehow she's annoyed with you for it? Like, is that what you're saying? I don't know. I just don't understand entirely what's happening. This could also just be a photo of a bunch of charging cables and an AirPod, and then context was added for the sake of posting it. I don't know. It's just a bunch of cables, which, I mean, it's cool, I guess. If they're not being utilized, then that's unfortunate. They should probably utilize these cables and to charge their phone so that it has a battery charge. But who knows? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why the AirPods would help keep your phone charged, but maybe it's that the AirPods themselves get kept separately from the case, which would be weird to do. And then the AirPods are like, oh, I don't have battery. And it's like, well, did you put them in the case where they're supposed to be stored? It's like, no, why would I do that? I store them in my ears to drown out the loud noise at night outside so I can sleep. This package for this yard of Snickers is incredibly misleading. I don't even care that there are only 18 bars, as it says on the box. Just make the package smaller so as not to be deceptive. That's crazy. Wow. Wow. Holy frick. I've heard of it happening for bags of chips, but I've never. That's wild. I like that it says satisfies on the package. Like the irony of the bar itself saying satisfies. I figured, maybe they've got this in there for support, and so there's bars in there, but no, it's just straight up empty. Holy frick. This is a legitimate, mildly infuriating thing. It's literally just adding packaging for the sake of making it look bigger, but they tell you how many are in there, but you just, in your head, you're like, wait a second. I mean, is that what 18 looks like? Oh my God. I don't think they're technically doing anything illegal. They can say that this is here in order to provide cushion, so like in a bag of potato chips. Right? This helps provide additional space so that, if there is something set on top of the package, it puts more of the force on the cardboard in the middle instead of exerting the pressure on the bars themselves. And it also gives them like a little bit of a shock absorber. Like, they could argue this, and I'm sure that their lawyers go very, very thoroughly through, like, okay, what are any possible compliance issues we could run into when we're making this packaging? Like, this is being cleared by lawyers, for sure. Company this big, they don't just do things randomly without, making sure it goes by all the steps. So anyway, I mean, obviously companies make mistakes, but they probably thought about this one. So anyway, stop defending capitalism. I think you're joking, but anyway, I'm like, I'm not defending this practice. I'm just trying to think of what they would say to justify it. I think this is annoying. I would be very annoyed if I saw this, but at the same time, I'd be like, they did say 18 bars, so I guess I should have known that this is too big for 18, and there's going to be empty space. My college roommate sets our thermostat to 80 degrees Fahrenheit every single night. Are we being for real? Heat to 80. Heat to 80. Oh, God. I'll be honest with you guys. I think Kara would love to do this if I was not going to, like, shut it down and uninstall the entire heat system. I'd be like, hey, you know what? If we just get rid of the HVAC in the house, it's less maintenance to worry about, and then you can't do this. So I'd call up the plumber HVAC and be like, hey, can you just really quickly come over and just remove this stuff? Cool. Or just actually, all you have to do is just, can you just disconnect our gas line real quick? That'll solve the problem. And we'll be good. We'll be good. Just get rid of the gas line. No, we don't need hot water anyway. This little short has been hanging on my ceiling light for an hour now. Just right below it is our family dining table. This isn't mildly infuriating. This is not mildly infuriating. That's crazy that you have a bat in your house, but also he looks really cute. And like, I don't know what you do if you have a bat in your house other than just take a broom and like try to get him to move and fly outside. But you can probably call animal control, I guess. Also, it's a very fancy looking place. Look at this freaking chandelier. Look at this molding and stuff. Very fancy. Very fancy stairwell. Although wait, no, there's no stairs. Is this not a stairwell? What is this place? Is this just like, it's just a high point? Oh no, I get it. Like, there's dangers if you get bitten by the bat, that you have to get a rabies shot and all that stuff. Like, I know. But he looks like he's just very unassuming and chilling right there. I'd be more fascinated if there's a bat in the house. Like, yeah, I guess it'd be like, please don't bite me. But be like, this is crazy. How did he get in there? Like, did you see him fly in? Because you didn't see him fly in, then it'd be like, do I have a really big gap somewhere? Live season finale ruined by a presidential special report. This one was really interesting because I think everybody thought that he was going to announce a war in Venezuela formally, and then he just talked about things in general. And so I was like, that was not necessarily what I expected. But if it interrupted your show, yeah, that'd be a little bit annoying. So anyway, perfectly acceptable dinner rejected by boyfriend again. Okay. Is this a recurring thing? Could just be, what is it with, okay, the mildly infuriating subreddit has just turned into post picture of food accompanied by caption that is annoying. This is what the subreddit has turned into, man. I get that people can be picky eaters and it can be really, read the context. I don't care. I don't care about the context. This is just pictures of food. Is this all the things that you've made that he doesn't like? This could just be like the cooking subreddit or something. Look at all these things that I cooked. Aren't they great? Aren't they awesome? They're such good cooking. Oh, God. We should, yeah, there needs to be a new subreddit for picky eaters. So you could just be like, look at all this great food I cooked that it was somebody else won't eat. We need to have a rule against posting pictures of food that's just pictures of food along with context on mildly infuriating. Coworker thought this was a harmless prank. Okay, at first I thought that your coworker shattered your window and was like, it's just a prank, bro. But also, emptying out the paper shredder into your car is definitely, it's just a prank, bro moment. That I would say is mildly infuriating. I might be like, yeah, that's hilarious, and then proceed to go over to their car with a baseball bat and shatter the window and be like, that's funny too, isn't it? Now you also have small objects all over your seat. Isn't this funny? That's hilarious. Yeah. Huh. That little dust. Dude, if you've ever emptied out a paper shredder, the little dust all over the place is going to take ages to actually get it all out. It's going to get into all the nooks and crannies, and that's extremely obnoxious. So, yeah, that's mildly infuriating. Manager took us out for a treat and just bought this. We were 5 people. Tell me this isn't just another picture of food. I swear to God. I swear to God. I am okay. We are getting progressively more mildly infuriated the more that we go here. It's just a picture of like ice cream. It's two people with some ice cream. Are there 5 of you? I don't see the 5 of you. I see 2 people. I see 2 people next to an ice cream. Where are these 5 people that are supposedly? Is that a third leg of a third person? Okay, maybe there's 3 people. I'm gonna be honest. I would love to not actually have the whole thing. I much prefer to share a dessert at like a restaurant or something with more people. Also, this looks like the inside of the office. There are freaking air-ons and stuff in the background. So I don't get it. Took us out for treat. Are you sure you're out for treat? This is definitely an office. Nothing here looks like out for treat. This looks like an office. Hello, raid folks. We're getting mildly infuriating, but not for the right reason. It's for the wrong reason. I'm getting mildly infuriated by the posts. Just looks like 2 people eating ice cream. Ay, dude. Oh my God. Some of the student artwork my school board wants to get rid of. That's pretty cool. Oh, by getting rid of, are they like wanting to just paint over it or something? So, because this is obviously not just like paint on a canvas. Because obviously, if it was paint on the canvas, they wanted to cycle it out. They could just like give it away or auction it off at a school fundraiser or something like that. But I guess this is just they're wanting to not have this be what it is. Is that an elevator? I don't think I've ever seen artwork done on an elevator. That's pretty impressive, though. That's pretty impressive indeed. So basically, they just want the school to not have a bunch of fun artwork anymore. There's so much of this. So this must just be like resolution for the school to paint over all student-done artwork everywhere. Dang. I mean, okay. One possible justification is this has been there for decades and they want to get new, like they want to be able to let new students do it. And I kind of understand that justification. If it's just paint over it for the sake of getting rid of it, then that seems kind of lame because it's kind of like history of the school and stuff. If it was in the scope of we'd like to let a new generation of students have a turn, then you would think like maybe kind of stagger it and do one thing at a time. But I just feel like it'd be weird to get rid of it all at once. So anyway, yeah. The audacity. The first theft, 1431. I just put your drawing into my AI prompt and image generator, and it made your art so much better. I really like how it looks now. Sick, dude. I have you considered doing your art differently, the way that I had another thing converted to? Okay, I have a question for you. And I hope it's not like ultra controversial, but I do think it's a genuine question. So, something that I do use in my own like thumbnails is I use generative fill, because oftentimes, especially with like a Reddit post or something, you'll get an image that's like it'll be really tall or it'll be really like the aspect ratio will not allow it to fit into the section on the thumbnail that has the like where that thing goes. So I will fill in like a top or a bottom or something. No, sometimes the zoom doesn't work because then you cut off the point of interest. So is that something where I am to be, wrecked in order to try to fill in black bars on a thumbnail? Because like illustrating that in is not really, it's not going to work. Right? So it's like, what is the alternative instead, right? So anyway, obviously a point of discussion. Some people will be vehemently against it. And other people will be like, it's not that big of a deal because you're not trying to actually pass off artwork as like you've created this, but it's really just been synthesized from other people, you know? You're on thin ice? Okay. I'm on thin ice. So, anyway. Let's see. I got uninvited to a friend's holiday potluck while I was on my way to it. I swear to God, it's going to be another picture of food with a caption. It's another picture of food. Oh my God, the top one is another picture of food with a caption. I'm going to lose my mind. I'm losing my mind. It's another picture of food with a caption. Oh, dude, we got to stop. We got to stop. This can I do a meta mildly infuriating post where I just put all these images together, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and just put them into a catalog and be like, my reaction when 25% of the top posts last month are just pictures of food. God damn it, man. Sorry you got uninvited to your friend's holiday potluck. Alternatively, it's just a picture of food. Apparently, the breakfast I made was embarrassing. God damn it. God damn it, man. This is ridiculous. What is this? What is this? God. Cool. Why is this the top of the last month? Can I just I can take a picture of any food. I can order my dinner tonight. I can take a photo of it and be like, I tried to give this as a nice gesture gift to my significant other, and they rejected it. And I'm mildly infuriated. All right, well, this actually, like, this has successfully made me mildly infuriated. So in a very meta sense, this worked really well. So thanks for watching, and make sure to like the video and all of that stuff. And yeah. Okay. Bye.